My name's Chef Carl. I'm going to give a little tutorial today on how to use a chef knife. As far as holding the knife, we're going to take our index finger and our thumb and we're going to pinch the top of the blade right before the handle, and we're going to wrap all of our other fingers around the handle as such. This gives you the most control over the blade and is the safest way to hold the knife. Another way that you commonly see is fingers up on top. That really doesn't give you any more control and is slightly unsafe if your finger slips off. Also, holding it like a golf club or a baseball bat from the back would also minimize your control and safety. So now I'm going to use the holding technique that I just demonstrated to cut a potato. This would be applicable for the Cajun French fry recipe. And we're going to do it like this. The first step would be to cut off one of those sides, giving you a nice flat edge. This will allow the potato to sit perfectly on the cutting board without rocking and rolling, and just makes for a much safer position. From there, I'm going to make about 1/2 inch cuts, making sure that we're staying symmetrical. And as I'm coming down with the knife, you can see that the tip is touching the cutting board, and I'm just dragging that all the way through. So from there, we can separate these into more workable sections. And if you can see the thickness here, they're all about the same. That's going to ensure even cooking. And when we cut this way, we're going to cut the same thickness as we cut that way. Right about there. As you can see with this hand, I'm placing my fingers down with my first knuckle out, and I'm keeping the edge of the blade up against my knuckle. That just ensures that I'm not taking my fingertips off, and it's just a nice way to keep track of where I am at with the knife. And as you can see, we now have French fry shapes. Taking the side off to give a flat edge is something that you can apply to any hard vegetable. A sweet potato, a beet, a butternut squash, you name it. It just makes it a little more safe as you're cutting things that require a lot of force. So, in conclusion, as we're finishing these potatoes, this is a cut that you could apply to any of the other vegetables I just mentioned, and you could get some nice, tasty, homemade vegetable fries.